Okay, hello and welcome back. My name is Guild Navigator, and today we are going to be seeing what happens when you try to electrify your entire economy. Let's go. I'm waiting to see, how much things collapse. I should probably be trying to spam out electrical factories or whatever. But I'm interested to see how the private economy responds to all of this. So I do see some power plants queued up. So far, things seem to be going somewhat okay. The reinvestment rate hasn't collapsed or anything. If I look here, so obviously there's a power penalty, but it can only go towards a target penalty of 7%. That's really not that much. That really isn't that bad. It's kind of a small disadvantage. One that will be soon rectified. And of course, I'm just building my Insano style silk, farm in China. I really should look at what my railroad situation is like. North Carolina is not in a good way. I really would like to have railroad access everywhere. And then, of course, you're going to need a railroad because of all the freaking silk farms that I'm building. See, but that's only 14 weeks of construction still. Okay, well. Then let's queue up all the gold. Just like suddenly had a spasm. And then I'll queue up all the iron inside my own country. We're going to build everything. And they won't even be able to stop us. Okay, that's good. Lead is basically useless, so it can fuck off. I am going to build up all of the wood again. Just spamming all this shit out. It's funny that I never got the Mexican secession or whatever, because I got that weird peace deal where I gave up some of my land to the Rio Grande Republic also. Okay, that's good. That's as far as it's gonna go. Then let's just go crazy on the oil rigs. To the new century, of course. The oil wells will be fully built out. Obviously, I can't build any rubber there. I don't know. We can build out all the sulfur mines also. How does that sound? And then, of course, the whaling has to be built out. Domestic only. Okay, and then the coal, naturally. I'm down below 1 billion, but it hasn't plummeted the way that I feared it may. I actually have no idea whether, what's even going to happen when you do this. Because I don't have anywhere near enough people. There's no way that there's going to be enough people to work any of these jobs. Which I guess in theory could drive up the standard of living as people are competing with each other. I don't know. increase the welfare spending. Okay, it's like basically frozen. Yeah, I don't know. It's gonna like this. We've reached lag central at this point in the game. There's like each tick is just gonna be like a month earlier on. Yeah, everyone's just going crazy on these electrical power plants, which I mean it's Gucci gang. I'm not complaining. Yeah, I mean these oil turbines would be cool. What tech is that? I don't know. I don't care. Between those two states. Um, I want that, obviously. And then that's coal flour powered and then oil powered. Sure. I mean, I'm not going to be able, like, all this stuff is going to take years to get. It is pretty cool building my railroad network in China. Let's see, Siam, how are you doing? Look at your economy. Look at you go. That appears to have had like no effect on your standard of living, though. Your upper strata is doing lovely. They're doing great. But everyone else is just deeply impoverished. Is it kind of the similar situation with you? Yeah, I've gotten to the point where I guess I'm just spamming out this shit. They were previously unemployed. I didn't realize there were unemployed in this country. 134,000 peasants. Would like the thing to pass. That is a goddamn lot of peasants. Why are you telling me that? Are you just trying to flex on me that I can't invest there? I know. I'm not surprised that they've discovered oil. They have all sorts of natural resources they're not letting me build out. The socialist demagogue. They have a crazy conspiracy that we're trying to turn this country into a monarchy. Do I still have peasants? Yeah, I still have 25 million of them. Man, oh man. Where are my peasants? Yeah, I built out all these dye plantations. Like, there can't be any peasants in this state, right? Okay, where are my peasants? The detailed list. The largest peasant is in Colorado, and then Montana and Nebraska. So I guess just kind of like spread out. You can see the population of lower strata is, I guess, beginning to plateau. And then the middle class strata has just jumped up. I've never gotten to the point that I have more middle class than lower class strata. I wonder if that's possible. I wonder if that's possible or not. Back over 1 billion, and now we're just climbing higher and higher. Okay, my company. Am I producing? I am producing the prestige good. You absolutely love to see it. course, I'm the only producer in the world. That's so funny. They sided with the two Sicilies. I could not care less about the war that you guys are going up to. I don't know. The American electoral confidence. Is that because I had the coup? Did I lose my tradition of free elections? No. I still have it. Yeah, and I still don't know necessarily what the like I don't even know whether like what the profitability of these places, like these all of these like iron mines that I'm building are. Maybe they'll be profitable. I don't know. At this point, I feel like my whole economy is just like cars and radios. Like I wish there was a way to see monthly price report. I wish there was a way to see like what the biggest contributors to your economy were. Because you can see with like trade and stuff like that. I'm importing so much oil. That's crazy. I guess from the German Empire mostly. Hmm. That's interesting. Where is it actually being produced? Good production. The Yankees become obsessed with fine art. Oh dear God. I have an idea for that though, because I think that this Carnegie Steel Company can get arts academies, can't it? I just need to take away. Okay, now the Carnegie Steel Company can invest in art. I don't know, man. Let's see if it finally becomes profitable to become our art merchants. Let's just have a crazy demand for art. Um, I don't know, man. I hope you build it. Okay, looking at this election, it looks like the Working Man's Party. It's no longer the Socialist Party. It is now the Working Man's Party. Coalition coupons. Oh, never mind. The Democratic Party, after I clicked those buttons, has pulled ahead. Okay. Arts in the Art Academy, I can now make films. Because that is more fine art, I guess. It would be kind of fun to just build an insane amount of art academies. Where are those? Are those under development? Art Academy. Out here in California. Like 100 of them. I mean, if I'm truly obsessed with it, it feels thematically correct to just go all in on California with my art exhibits. Perfect. Okay, urban center output increased. 11 weeks until completion. Oh, nice. You know, even though the election results came in, you guys just love me. Look at all that. Look at all that loyalty. The standard of living just cannot stop rising. Hmm. We appear to just be going all in on trading. Okay, 6 weeks until that is completed. And then we can check in on how the Grand Californian art experiment is going to go. Oh, I am the #1 producer of fine art in the world. I didn't even know that. Like already. Yeah, so I'm importing a pretty good amount from like Russia and stuff. I wonder how far ahead I am by prestige. Where did I find that again? Was that under diplomacy? Countries. Yeah. Oh, nice. The Heavenly Kingdom. I guess they became a recognized power or whatever it's called. I have 6,000, so I have like twice as much prestige as the next closest one. What was I looking for? Oh, I had gotten that house plastics. Yes, I wanted to switch over my production for the glassware. Oh, it's beautiful. It's just one of the most beautiful sights in the world. Oh, I guess I finished up all my art exhibits. They can't hire anyone. Is it because the cost of power is too high? I will make power free if necessary. I also don't even know what if I just like have ruined the access for these states. Now California still seems to be okay. I am just making so much money from income taxes. If I changed my taxes to proportional, I mean to graduated, if I was somehow able to do it, yeah, I would lose money. That means that I have a pretty solid middle class. Which feels like descriptively correct. And then, let's see, my power plants in California are under construction. And then hopefully I'll be able to get my little art galleries off the ground. Do we just pay these people too much? Like, what's going on here? So much for being obsessed with art, my guys. Wait, I thought I was... Wait, is that gone now? No, the +1. That should be the art. Yeah, the fine art. We have 3 obsessions. Okay, and if I look here, one of the things I used to do early on in the game before I knew things very well is, you know, you would look here at kind of like what people are spending a lot of their money on. Services are expensive, groceries are expensive, and clothes are expensive. Yeah, so getting groceries cheaper, of course, and radios and everything just is good. Okay, almost done. Looking at the power block to see if there's anywhere else I could expand. I don't think so. Yeah, their GDP went skyward. Now their population is shrinking. Oh, this is devious. That's how I'm going to get the #1 population. This is a devious plan. what I'm going to do is I'm going to build out every farm in China so that all the peasants have nowhere to work, which means that they go into utter destitution, which means the population of China declines, which naturally sends the population of my country skyrocketing. And I definitely don't want to build any food. That's exactly the opposite of what I want to be building. This is gonna, I assume, just send their GDP to the roof. Just to the absolute stratosphere. And the oil, it looks like it's going okay. Okay, now if I go back here to the arts academies, it still just makes like no money. I guess people don't really actually need that much. I could have just expanded my giant arts academy in Montana, it appears. That was the true center of the film industry. I didn't need to try to bootstrap it in California. It already existed. Yeah, these power plants just make crazy money. And like down here, has the Yankee population existed at all? Like there is a tiny, tiny, tiny Yankee population. Of course, the Mexican population has also been shrunk pretty significantly. So I go over here to societies and cultures. All these North Germans. I mean South Germans. That's crazy. Like Tennessee and Arkansas are starting to get large Yankee minorities. My sulfur mines. And I totally forgot that I had just queued up all this shit. Again, I have no idea if this is even going to be good for my economy or not. My impulse is always that more jobs mean more competition, which means good stuff. Can I finally try again for multiculturalism? It's a wish, I know, a dream even. Now I'm tempted to switch back from this to migration. This freedom of movement. I think I'm going to. Just because that sounds silly. I like it. Okay, and it looks like I have some different thing for the Arts Academy called Increased Exchange. Oh, plus 20% migration attraction. Interesting. Okay, let's just look at the migration map and see if this is emptying out. Where are these people going? Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. They're not going overseas. That was my big fear. Reset map. Looking back on this, I want to do migration. They received immigration from, I don't like this, from my states. Excuse me? Migration attraction. I would have assumed that I would have been like by far the most attractive location. I guess there are some places like Patagonia or whatever. Hmm. But would you look at that? They seem to think they're better than me. It's quite a few Dutch. I wouldn't have expected that. And like, where are... Can they not migrate? It wouldn't surprise me if there's laws that just like ban migration, basically. What if I asked you, law commitment, you have closed borders, no migration control. That would take a lot. I'll take over your debt and I'll give you military assistance. You simply cannot get military rights into me. Yeah, they declined it. Well, they accepted it. Interesting. Yeah, you just want like unlimited money. Well, I'm interested to see what this what does that actually mean if they make like a law commitment to change it. What is this? Let's look at it. Where's the law commitment? Hmm. What's this one here? No. Am I going crazy? Oh, it was this one here. This. So they have a law commitment to try to change it. Interesting. I mean, because if they changed it, it would just unleash like a tsunami of Chinese immigrants, I have to assume. Let's see. I don't know if I'm coming out on top or not in this. Just a 0% chance. I don't see many, many South American states here. Is it because we're too bigoted? Instead, I appear to just be bleeding pops. Really is. It breaks my heart. So if I look at this treaty, how does this work? They've committed to passing no migration control. It's like, I don't even know if you could, right? Of course, the economy just keeps growing. I don't know how these people have even more, migration attraction than me. I guess it's really just these two states, and I'm coping pretty hard. They do have the greener grasses campaign, and then just some timed modifier. Oh, it's probably like a gold rush or something like that. Yeah. I would buy that. Okay. Yeah, things are not great in I guess in Central America. I'm very interested to see how and if you are able to actually pass no migration controls. That seems fine. Sure, you can get the promotion. I don't care. Yeah, it's interesting because I've been building all the actual factories in here. They don't get that much of a real like industrial is like I don't know, an industrial class or whatever you want to call it. Because they're basically all just owned by Americans. Nice. The look at that. The population of lower strata is like downward inflecting. I think I can pass like 30 standard of living for sure. The New York Metro. I don't know. I like that. That sounds fine. Yeah, of course, everyone just loves me. Everyone is just so loyal. Just building. I guess I'm building electrical things in other countries also. The power plant in New York City that's just printing cash. That conveyor belt technology I think is pretty good. I think it should pretty significantly boost our output. Let's see with you. Have you made any progress? You're not even trying to pass the law that you committed to trying to pass. What a stupid system. Okay. Anyway, so assembly lines. What does this do? That does massively reduce the number of required workers, but at the cost of just way more. I don't know, everything. So now it comes down to like almost what I want to do, right? I guess I'm just gonna do it. In the sense of like, do I want to maximize output? Do I want to maximize profitability? My impulse is that I want as few laborers as possible. It seems like kind of a noble goal. Okay. I imagine that that won't be good for my GDP, but we will see. And I really hope you just go crazy on the electrical power plants, yeah. Just expand the power plants. I mean, there's just nothing else that you could possibly be spending money on that would make sense. Still making fucking money. It doesn't matter how many construction districts I build. I'll just outgrow it. Okay, now if I look at your population, it's continuing to go down. It's just continuing to skyrocket up. 1 million upper class pops is pretty good. The average annual wage. Having the ability to like have higher colonial growth seems almost completely pointless. And then y'all just like never actually colonized the interior of Africa. Anyway, that is my timer. I don't know how many more... I keep saying I don't know how many more episodes. Like, I think I might basically just be done. Maybe I'll finish... I think I'll finish my construction of all the farms and stuff in China. And that seems like a good... I guess kind of like a good meme stopping point. But, you know, things are just going great. Like, there's basically nothing you can complain about. Essentially maxed out standard of living to the point that the whole world just appears depressed, other than the people who are in my... Okay, the one thing I'm going to do is this. Can I kick a member from the faction? I want to see if I can crash the Brazilian economy. So we're gonna do a little experiment here. So Brazil's at 100 million. You know, they're ranked pretty high, number 6 in the world. They're one of the great powers. 1.3 billion. My hypothesis is that this will cause catastrophic damage to the Brazilian economy and relatively less damage to my economy. But I'm not sure. So we'll find out. I grant own market. Oh, you're so welcome, Brazil. Look at you. You have your own market now. Aren't you happy about that? It was I did the extraordinarily kind thing of granting. Oh, that's pretty funny. Yeah, they lost 2/3 of their economy immediately. Did I even lose anything? I can't tell. You know, it's all bundled up in the general catastrophe that I did of my switches, all my switcheroos. But you know, I'm skeptical. Yeah, take that, Brazil. That will show you. I don't even know what's gonna happen, like in the medium term, because are all these people just like unprofitable? Yeah, they just don't have any of the inputs. They just have shortages on everything. I mean, it would make sense. They basically have no coal because they were just reliant. because they were buying all the coal in my economy, right? But then they don't produce any coal themselves. Oh my god. Yeah, you know, good luck with that, I guess. That will show you for not allowing yourself. You wouldn't ever let me get investment treaties. You know, do you feel less cocky about yourself now, Brazil? Less superior to me? Oh man, that's so funny. Yeah, I mean, part of this is probably the Brazil shock. Like, I definitely probably took some hit as well. I mean, if I just look at the Brazilian economy, I could see, you know, what are the things that I was getting from them? Sugar, fruit. I mean, none of this stuff is really that important to me. And then, of course, they were consuming things like my coal. Like, they were one of the 3,000 coal that they're missing used to be consumed. How is your standard of living? I guess it's climbing back up from the low point it was at. And they still love me because, you know, of course, this was the kindest thing I could have done. Oh man, that's so funny. I have a 200 million ownership abroad. What do the British have? So I have more overseas than the British do. Yeah, take that. And then Yeah, I mean, I no longer. I mean, I no longer have access to their demand, which is probably the biggest thing. I want to see. I mean, I would probably be importing more coal if I was you, but I guess you don't really know what to do. Exporting all your fruit. I mean, it is climbing back up. It was at 100 million, and it's now back up to like 50 million. Because, I mean, they still have their buildings and stuff, which would make sense. So, like, if I go here and I look at this furniture manufacturing, that's the thing, right? You can just turn off. There's lots of things that you probably had set to coal or whatever that you no longer necessarily need to have that. Like if I go back to their market, I imagine that they probably resolved like a lot of this. Yeah, you know, you just import some. I guess you increase your production as much as possible, and then you reduce your consumption. Okay, and here goes my grand elimination of Chinese pauperism. That will be the name of this approach. The grand plan to eliminate poverty in China. Let's see if it succeeds. How's it going just in the Sichuan province? Okay, we still have quite a few. We've quite a few unemployed, but even more peasants. That needs to be changed. It's funny because I don't even own that much of the GDP in this province. I guess like half of it. The moving picture. Oh my god. I will literally never get this. Like not even the trade unions have any interest at all. I have a South German woman from Kansas. Hmm. Yeah, how many more farms and I have to be almost done. Yeah, the farms in Szechuan almost totally completed. And so you should have basically no peasants left, right? Hmm. 116 of them are just reserved for use in subsistence farming. That probably has to do with like the type of law that they have. Did you ever even get close to succeeding, to passing? You didn't even try. So there will still be some, some impoverished Szechuan unemployed or whatever, but there will still be peasants also. Let's see, my purchase of the Heavenly Kingdom economy. I think this is gonna be my last episode. I don't really see much else left really to do. Because of course they're like, 50 million ahead of me. So like you can see here in this province, it is dropping. But there's just ultimately going to be a lot of peasants and stuff. I mean, it makes a lot of money. 99 levels of opium farms. And if I look at my trade, yeah, cars are my #1 export. Because I'm still basically the only person in the world who makes them. Where do, like, electronics and stuff fall on that? They don't. Yeah, unsurprisingly, New York City, like the New York State, has the most trade capacity. It's just so much opium. Who is the Bengal is #1. I'm gonna change that. Don't worry. Let's look at the Heavenly Kingdom. Your GDP isn't even increasing by that much. So they're basically at 0% growth now. Yeah, because it's oh, annual drop is 270,000. This is going to be a little bit of a longer episode, I think. I'll just call it here. I'll record one more.